recording this video just after my shower, in the morning because I on my mind is this dream I had, and the sequence isn't great. Like with dreams, you remember parts of them, but so you don't remember the whole thing all the way through. A lot of times, sometimes people do. Um, it was an obstacle course type thing. It was a team building, so you had to work together to get through. It was somewhat like a maze. Trying to think of shows to compare it to. There was this escape show where they were in a room where they thought that it was life or death. So it's kind of like that because you had to work together to solve some kind of something, a maze or something. It started off, or part of it, we were walking through a jungle, which is no big deal because there was actually a path. And then we were in a house, except for it was a ramshackle. It was like the walls weren't straight, and the door jambs were like triangular. I mean, the angles were weird, but all the lights were off. So we'd open a door, turn on the lights, and to find out what room it was. And at that point, it was like me and three other guys, and like two women came down the hall. Scared us because we didn't know who they were at first. But then we were looking in rooms, flip on the light, just sight unseen, just reach around the wall and flip on the light. And this one it was a kitchen. It had rats were flying, going everywhere. We're like, that's not the one we have to look at, because apparently we had to look for clues. I don't know. I can't remember the details of how it works. There was this one. It was like a hallway with wooden, not benches. The pallets are on the back of warehouses, so they're really tall structures, but they're like shelves. But they were made of wood, and they weren't all straight either. On one side, and the other side, there was a wooden shelf, and there was a window. And we figured that was the way to get out, because we saw something out there, so we're trying to get out of the window, or get in or something. I don't know what we're doing. We were inside, and we saw some other people out there. And when you see people in here, you try to integrate in your team. And but they couldn't break the glass, so this is me. This is my character. Picked up. I was first trying to break with my hand because some glass can, and it was really hard. So I picked up it was not a bench. It's like a bar stool, because it was circular on top, and started slamming it, and it didn't do anything. And one of the girls in our group, she came up with this thing. She found something. She goes, I found something. What it was like a glass breaker, but it's like a gun with like a nozzle, like a square that fits on against it, and I don't know, like a chain gun, because that thing's on the side. But you get this gun, you push it right against the surface, and it was like a handgun. It wasn't big. It was weird. And you shoot it, and what it does is it's so close, the power just cracks the glass. And then she takes the gun away, and the whole thing just. The reason why it wasn't breaking is it wasn't regular glass. It was glass mixed with plastic. So it was like it was almost like plexiglass, but it was thicker, and it sounded like glass. It was weird. And then so it was shattered. Those guys came in. There was another room with another piece of glass I had to go through, and the guy that broke it used it was almost like a bazooka, and it wasn't a glass breaker, so he didn't put it right up against it, but he held it back and he shot it and you could see it go through, and there was a hole whenever we went through. And then the glass fell. There was this part where we had to jump. It was from a really, 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 really high height, like parachute, off like this cliff thing, and I have a fear of falling. So when I went, I didn't have a parachute. I had a I was carrying a tote bag full of, well, not full, but it had like 5 or 6 things that we found along the way, and I jumped out. I remember doing that, where you take your arms and you bullet. And I heard people shouting, "Don't do that, don't do that!" And then I didn't hit. I wasn't. Then I was in another group. I was just poof, and I saw the parachuters land, and they had to drive cars around this thing. They were like those amusement park cars. They weren't like full-size cars, but they went around the thing and to come down. And at the end, I don't even want a prize. I don't remember what it was there because I wasn't in that group all of a sudden. I was in the second group, and we had to do something. I thought it was going to be real death-defying, jumping out of the thing, holding onto this ribbon. Well, it was like rope, but you hold onto it. It was colored, and you swing out, and then water sprays down on you, and you just kind of it doesn't drop you. You just kind of slowly go down the ribbon to the ground. You're supposed to grab your pack. It's you're getting their bag that has 2 straps. So you grab your pack. Now everyone has a different color ribbon thing, and once the team gets off that, there was a part where you had to go across a bridge, walk across a bridge, and it would flip and stuff. And that was weird. When it go over, you'd have, like, because I went through first. I remember having to hold on to the edge, and it'd flip all the way over. And American Ninja Warrior is what it makes me think of, because it's like a team Ninja Warrior, because you're as a team going through this, but it's an obstacle course with a lot of weird things you jump off of, and let's see, we got down, okay, with our packs. At the end, we got this just a little picnic bench things, and we were all sitting around, and then the leader, I don't know who the leader, someone who was in this amusement park or something, a worker. Okay, open your packs. We thought they were going to be more parachutes because we'd have to do something else, but was some kind of tablet, MacBook. I don't know what a MacBook is, but it was a tablet that was in protective case, and so it wouldn't get broken when we do all this stuff. And food, like gallons of milk and boxes of cereal. A lot of people are doing the cereal. Whoa, MacBook, yeah, and they're excited about the MacBook, and they left. And so I was walking around getting the cereal and stuff, because what the worker there told us is, this is the last thing. You're done now. Once you open these, you can go to the parking lot and leave. So as people were leaving, I was getting their food, because they didn't want their food. They were excited with their MacBook. I don't know what that dream shows. I just want to talk about it. And when the toilet's running, it's just running. It's not because I'm not pooping or anything. Because I do have pants on. Jeez, you are so weird.